Hey guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my garden for another video. So today we're going to be working this area right here behind me. This is my new shade garden. As you guys can see, I am still working on my wall here, so we're going to be finishing that today. And then the main priority is to run every single plant back here on drip. I mentioned to you all that was my goal for all of my beds this season, is to get everything automated so that I don't end up quitting on y'all in the middle of summer. So it always gets too hot and then I don't come out water, and I just want to get everything automated. So that is the main goal for today. You guys have seen in my previous videos that we have already trenched throughout the entire property to run the lines underground. So today we're going to be hooking everything up, running all of the plants on drip. I also want to mulch this bed because look y'all, the weeds are taking off, and I also have mushrooms back here, which is a sign of healthy soil, but I want to look at pretty mulch. So we're going to get this area mulched. I'm actually going to be sheet mulching this area, hopefully formally edging this bed as well, and possibly transplanting. Y'all already know I'm always removing plants around in my videos. So that is today's agenda. I'm going to stop rambling. Let's go ahead and get to work. All right, y'all, so here's what the backyard shade garden is currently looking like. Everything has started to leaf out and fill in, and I'm so excited about all the color and texture back here. So I'm going to start off back here in the back, just because this is where I want to start working today. You all have seen I have been working on my wall here. I have run a second row of blocks. I've been looking at it over the past couple of weeks, and I think I want to do one more row. So we're going to go back to the store, get some more blocks. I know, y'all, I'm so over building walls, but once it's done, we're done, okay? So I'm gonna do one more row of blocks, and then we'll put the caps on. And then also, I'm thinking about replacing this Arborvitae here in the center, just because it keeps having dying branches. As you guys can see, there's one over here on the side. And if you all remember a couple years ago, when I first planted this tree, it had two huge limbs that I had to cut out of it. So I'm thinking I wanna go ahead and just dig it out and replace it, just because this one is, you can see, is super dwarf compared to the other ones. It's kind of like throwing off my hedge. So I'm going to go to the store, see if I can find one about the same height as the other ones to replace it with. And actually, oh y'all, so I might use this one over here on the end, because that one is going to have to be replaced once, or not replaced, but moved once I build my deck for the shed. So we might use that one to replace it. I'm just thinking out loud. But anywho, that is another thing on the to-do list today. And then once the caps are put on, I definitely want to work on getting this area ran on drip and sheet mulch. I did come in off camera and fill in some of the gaps that I had between my beds. Y'all saw I just did a whole overhaul makeover on this bed a couple weeks ago. I moved all of my hydrangeas and heucheras forward. And everything is doing amazing, you guys. My lighter days are a little bit delayed on leafing out, I think because of all of the frosts that we've had, but it's finally starting to put on some growth. So I'm hoping they do okay. I did also come in and plant all of the hellebores that I got from Trader Joe's earlier this season. Y'all, when I tell you I waited way too long to get them in the ground, I totally forgot that they were in my garage. They were literally in my garage in their plastic, y'all. In their plastic with no water, no light for like a month. Okay, so the roots were super bad on them. It looks like some of them have bit the dust already, like these two over here. I don't know if they're gonna make it, y'all. So a couple of them are putting out some growth and standing up. But good news is I just went to Lowe's today, and all of their hellebores were in clearance. So I picked up 11. 2 of them are gonna go to a rosas, and the rest of them I'm going to pack out this entire area. So here is one of the flats of hellebores that I just purchased from Lowe's on clearance, half off. These are ice and roses, and they were so dry, you guys. So I literally just watered them. There's nothing wrong with them. They just needed some water, you guys. So I think they'll perk up and do just fine. And then also, I got an entire flat of these dianthus here, and they are just loaded with buds. So I think they just need some sun. So I'm getting this set out in the sun. I just watered these as well. Hopefully they'll perk up and rebound for me and bloom gorgeous. And then lastly, here's the other flat of the hellebores that I got. They're the same variety, ice and roses. And again, 2 of them will be going to a rosas, and we'll be planting the rest. All of the heucheras are doing amazing. They have all come back except for the one I had planted here, which I was really concerned about. So we'll go to Lowe's, pick up one to replace that. And then we'll get this whole area ran on drip and sheet mulch. I'm so excited for it. I have also purchased a couple of pavers to level out my bench because, as you guys can see, it is leaning backwards. I'm going to wait to bring my cushions out until the trees are done leafing out and dropping all their little pollen strings. And y'all already know the deal. Like, I don't want green cushions back here. Back here in the back, I have done a little bit of transplanting. So as you can see, I have a hosta coming up here. There's another one right there. And then I had one, oh, this one right here. So these were all transplanted from my shade garden over on the east side of my house. So they're all coming back and doing amazing. I have purchased 2 additional large hostas that I want to fill in on this back row here. So we'll do that today. And then y'all know I had mentioned earlier that I am not in love with how these lemon lace elderberries look back here. They look amazing this time of year, y'all. Don't knock me on that. I love the pop of green, but this tree literally is going to start looking very scary in about 2 months. Okay, so it does not handle our heat down here very well. You can see I have some bare branches that just have not survived at all. So I think I'm going to dig those 2 out. I have one there and then one over here on this side, which I don't know, you guys. I love the pop of lime green. So I think I have a plant in mind that will fill in this space and do pretty much give me the same color that I want. And I have 2 of them on hand. So we might dig those out today as well. And then, y'all, I totally forgot to spray the section back here. Look at this creeping Charlie. It is just loving its entire life back here. So I definitely need to come in and spray. I've sprayed all the rest of my property that creeping Charlie has died. So that spray that I showed you guys in my previous video works phenomenal. So we're definitely going to get, yeah, I might pull it, y'all. I don't think it's going to be too rooted in. So I might just pull it and then we'll spray just for good measure. But everything else is filling in so nicely. I'm loving all the color and the texture in this space. Look at my autumn frost hostas. They have all come in and I'm loving the pop of color under my Anava Shadar here. So yeah, y'all, that is the gist of what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to go ahead and run to the store to get the supplies that we need, and we'll be back to get to work. All right, so we are looking for Carolina blend. This is pewter, buff. Here we go, bingo. Carolina blend. Let's load it up. Made it back home. I got all the blocks I need to finish the wall. Let's get to work.
You better turn to the other side.
This is how far I've got on the blocks. I'm going to stop here so I can have some room to dig out my tree here. I don't want to have to be like climbing over the wall to dig it out. So I'm going to go ahead, set the camera, dig this out. We're going to place it with the tree that I have over there that I mentioned to you guys previously, and then we can finish the wall.
Now we could stay awake all night and have dinner in bed. Slowly watch as the sun rises or fall asleep instead. This is how it ought to be. Every day should be like a hovering cloud. When it's only you and me, no one else can bother us to step on our feet.
Honestly, y'all, I'm looking at the roots. The roots are not like super robust like they should be. I'm not sure what happened with this tree. I'm not sure if voles have been eating it. It doesn't look like any vole activity down here. I'm really not sure. Like, this is really strange. Like, the whole backside of the tree, I was saying this whole branch is dead and then the branch on the front is dead. So it's a mystery, but I'm going to replace it with another tree. So let's get this one out of here. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Oh boy. Okay. Whew. That is really strange.
This is how it ought to be.
It's almost like there's just no roots. I don't know what's going on. Let's find another one.
When it's only you and me, no one else can bother us, step on our feet.
And then, like, look, y'all, even some of these limbs, like, they're not even solidly placed in the bottom of the tree. I hope this is in focus for y'all, but yeah, this is going out. Oh gosh, okay. Ooh. All right. Stepping back, since that was dead center for me, I actually have an opportunity to do something different in the middle. So do I want to keep arborvitaes going all the way across? Or do I want to do something different in the center as a focal piece, like maybe my topiary ball in the middle? I don't know. I'm going to think on it. Let me get my thoughts together and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I was tripping. I'm thinking that these trees are going to stay this size and the topiary ball would be cute in the middle, but these are going to get so much taller, it's going to look weird. So I'm not going to go buy another tree. I'm going to use what I have, and we're going to dig out this tree over here and put it in the center, and hopefully over time it will catch up with the others. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing I did about 3 years ago or so when I first planted these trees, and the ones that I planted, all of these, y'all, I got on clearance. So I'm going to be amending this hole so that it doesn't root rot. I did have to plant most of these way above grade. I just want to dig in here, see if I see any signs of what could have happened to that other tree. I have no idea, y'all. Like, there's no water sitting in the bottom of this hole. We just got a really big rain the past 2 days. This is so bizarre. There's no, like, holes of anything digging around or eating roots that were, like, the roots are not robust. Okay, wait, here we've got some roots here. Get these out so they're not competing. Actually, this might be that tree, so I'm gonna leave that. I don't know, y'all. This is really, really weird, but okay. So what I'm gonna do is get some soil conditioner. I'm gonna amend this hole, get the other one dug out, and plant it in here. All right, so I'm gonna mix this in with the existing garden soil that I have, just to help with drainage. And then we'll make just a little bit of a swale. Again, I do have to plant this one up pretty high. I think that'll be good. Let's go dig the other one out. Stay. I just need to see if you're centered. You're not helping with this gangster lean situation. But I think it's going to be okay, and I think it will catch up in size a little bit better than the other one. Let's see. Are you centered? You need to go to the left just a little bit. Aw, she's so cute and tiny. She is leaning just a little bit, but her spacing is perfect. All right, tree is planted, and I think her placement is perfect. And honestly, y'all, after all that, she's literally the same height as the other one, but fingers crossed she doesn't have any issues and she'll thrive and catch up with the other ones. But before I finish the wall, I'm going to go ahead and get this bed mulched, and then we'll finish the wall.
I swear that's Run a J.
All right, y'all, bed is mulched, and while I was mulching, you guys, I noticed this one down here kind of starting to do the same thing. So I'm not sure if these maybe had the same fungal thing that was going on with my front arbs along my driveway. I'm going to come in and spray it with some copper fungicide. That one seems to be doing a little bit better. Like, it's literally just a few branches that are dying. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. But let's go ahead and finish the wall, and then we can move on to the fun stuff. I'm basically putting these blocks back exactly how I had them originally. And again, I'm not gluing these together just in case I ever need to make changes. It'll make it that much easier. So I still need to get a few more blocks to finish this side over here. I literally only have 3 blocks left. So I need to finish the middle row going down this way and then get more to finish the top. Oh, okay. Let me finish what I have. We'll put the caps on. I'll finish that another day, y'all. I'm not going back to the store. All right, blocks are all on. Let's move on to the caps. When I tell y'all, I am so glad that I laid these down exactly the way they were, because making this curve was a headache. I'm so glad I laid them out exactly how they were before. Wall is all done. Well, for the most part, besides maybe like 5 more blocks that I need to finish on the side. But I'm so happy with this height, y'all. It looks so good. So before, I only had literally like 1 row and I could barely see the wall. So I am loving how this looks. And again, as the trees grow, I can always limb them up, because as you guys saw, they are already starting to touch the wall, which is what I wanted. I want them to actually spill over the wall. But I'm so happy with how this is looking. The next thing I'm going to work on is planting up that back row, and then we'll work on the drip. So back in the back right here, I transplanted one of my large hostas. That is a Brother Stefan that I transplanted from my east side garden. So I have a couple of more areas where I want to fill in with large hostas as well. I think, oh yeah, that's another Brother Stefan. So maybe, oh yeah, I have an idea. Okay, so I know I literally just finished building the wall, you guys, but I have a vision in mind to have some large hostas lining the back of my hydrangeas. I'm thinking it's going to be gorgeous. So let me show you guys what I have. So yesterday I did a little bit of plant shopping. I went to my local garden center and I picked up this gorgeous Shadowland Woo La La hosta. This one gets massive, you guys. The specs on this, They get 36 by 48 inches tall and wide. So I'm so excited to see this. Yes, I know I just said I want to see the wall, but in the wintertime, I still want something to pretty look at. So the wall is perfect. These will die back, and I'm thinking that this will be perfect to go dead center in the back row. So I'm thinking Shadowland hosta here. Again, this one will get about 36 inches wide. So that's one, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 feet, right? My brother Stefan here also gets about 3 feet. So that's 1, 2, 3. So these eventually will end up touching. And then I can move my other brother Stefan here. So I'll have 3 large hostas. Y'all know I preach every single time I have to have my balance and symmetry. So I think I'm going to dig this one up, move it here, get this one planted, and then we can start on the drip. Zoomed out so you guys can see. Change of plans. I already know, y'all. I don't even want to hear it in the comments. I know. But I really want to anchor my ends with the 2 large hostas. So I'm thinking ooh la la on that end, ooh la la on this end. This right here was only transplanted here last summer so that it could survive. This is a Camellia japonica that is not loving its spot here. So I'm thinking I want to dig this out, and it'll do really well in my east garden, and I can train this to go up a trellis. So I'm going to dig this out. I'm thinking big hosta here on the end. So woo la la. I can bump my brother Stefan over in between my 2 light of days, and then not sure what I want to do here yet, but another transplant right here. This brother Stefan can go right here, and then woo la la on this end. And this is not in its permanent location. This I actually might put it in the center. Do I want to put that in the middle? I don't know. Let's get the hostas in the ground first, and then I'll think about what I want to do for my centerpiece. When I tell y'all, this hosta has literally only been in the ground maybe 4 days. Poor thing, it's just getting moved all around, but I'm hoping this will be your permanent home. I don't know. You're dealing with Jess, so good luck on finding a permanent home. What I love about all the soil back here is mostly compost, because I have sheet mulched this entire back area 3 times. So it's really nice, soft soil to work with. It's really easy to dig in and plant. Love that. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to fill in this hole. Okay, y'all, so I'm happy with the placement right now. I think I'm going to leave my juniper ball there just for now to see how the hostas fill in, and then maybe I can go back and get another one to fill that space. But enough with the planting and transplanting. Let's get to the drip. Okay, y'all, so I changed my mind again. I've decided to plant my juniper ball right here in the center of my bed, which I think will be really, really gorgeous once the hydrangeas fill in around it. Just want to make sure I got this hole big enough for it. Hold on. And it is going to be a little bit off center, but that's okay. Just hope it won't bother me too much, because y'all know how I am with my balance and my symmetry. Okay, where is my biotone? And I think I'm going to toss in a little bit of soil conditioner, just because this is technically an evergreen tree and we don't want her root rotting. All right, my dear, let's get you into your new home. Get these shed needles off of you. Clean you out a little bit. Shake it out. Sorry, y'all. I turned everything into a song. Okay. Now, let's see which way is your good side. Oh, I think I dug this hole just about perfect. Just weed off you. Okay. I like it, y'all. I think it adds some uniqueness to the bed. Let's get it tucked in. Okay, wait. You've got like a bald spot right here. Let me turn you around to, I think this side is your good side. So let's flip you around. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. That's planted nice and high. Get your backfilled. Who are you doing the gangsta lean? I need you straight because that will bother me. Ooh, I love it, y'all. And then when the hydrangeas grow up around the base, it's gonna look so pretty. So I just need to go to the store and get one more hosta to tuck in that back corner, and this bed will be completed. And of course, I had to stop by the garden center to come get another hosta. Okay, y'all, so I'm back home. I got my hosta. Let's go ahead and get it in the ground. I just love that this garden center is literally 2 minutes away from my house. So convenient. It's literally in walking distance. So I found 2 spots where I think I lost my hellebore, so I'm going to go ahead and plant these 2 in the ground in their place, and then we can finally get to drip. Why are all of these hellebores so rooted into their cans? This is exactly how the ones from Trader Joe's were, and look at these roots, y'all. I don't know if they're going to make it. I think I need to cut these up just a little bit. Finally, moving on to drip. So this is the drip tube I'm going to be using. You guys have seen me use this in several of my videos previously. This is half drip tube with emitters every 18 inches. I'm going to go ahead and just pretty much snake this throughout the entire area, get it hooked up, and then we'll mulch. So I was going to start in this back corner, but I think the easiest thing we'll do would be to start at my hose reel and work my way back. So sorry about the glares, y'all. The sun is starting to set, but I just wanted to show you guys, this is my hose reel. So I'm going to be running the line all across the back to water all of my Arborvitaes, and then we'll work our way through the bed and connect back up to the front here.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky
All right, y'all, drip is ran throughout this entire bed, and I know it looks super crazy, but I at least wanted to get the line ran. Now, what I need to do now is go back and run individual emitters to every single plant just to make sure everything is getting watered. For example, this hellebore that I just planted over here has no tubing around it. So I'm going to run a little small quarter line straight to that one to make sure it's getting watered. And then all of my large hydrangeas and all of the larger plants, they'll get individual drip emitters. Whew. Well, y'all, the sun is definitely starting to set. Today turned out to be a much bigger project than I intended. Like, for one, I did not plan on digging out my Arborvitae here and transplanting it. I also did not plan on moving this juniper ball, didn't plan on going to the store and having to get more blocks to finish my wall, as well as running to the store to get more plants to finish my design. Like, that was not in the to-do list. But the main thing we got accomplished, which was running everything on drip. So literally, by the way, I just finished watering everything so that it can get settled into their homes nicely. But everything on this side, all the way around, over on this side, and I stopped here. So I literally stopped right at my walkway. So everything from this way over has not been hooked up on drip. I'll probably do that in the next couple of weeks, just because I haven't really configured where I want everything to go in that bed. Most of the plants are going to be moving. The design is changing, so we'll work that at some point. But the main thing is everything is set up and ready to go. So tomorrow, all I have to do is pick up with laying out the cardboard and mulching. And fingers crossed, I can get my boyfriend to help me tomorrow because he's off. That would be nice. So anywho, I'm going to head in. I'm going to make some dinner, get some rest, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.